Stu, it feels like a dream come true to me when you and Liz invited me to come and do something in Devon. I had to pinch myself because I have such fond memories of being there at two retreats that Sid did. And they just were amazing. We did it at a different hotel. But I remember the feeling of the area and of the message that Sid was sharing, and the opportunity to do some sightseeing with him and a few other people that were attending the retreat, and how much Sid loved it. One of the places that he really enjoyed and that we enjoyed was Cockington.
Yeah.
And I remember traveling, not with Sid, he was with someone else at that time, but we met up later in the tea room.
Yeah.
And had scones and tea. But friends of mine and I traveled in one of the coaches with a horse.
Yes.
It was enchanting. It really was such a warm memory. So to come back to that area and in the place where Sid spoke and touched a lot of people from around the world at that event, I feel honored to be invited to come back there again, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh, that's so great. And the time you were here with Sid would have been sometime in the late 90s?
Yes.
Yeah. So quite a few years ago. Well, the venue this time is in a place called Dartington, which is about 10 miles away from Torquay. And we don't think you'll be disappointed. It's quite a famous place. The seat for many a social change, ideas for social change over hundreds of years. So, we're stepping into something which I think is encouraging social change of a different sort, and we're at the heart of it.
Yeah, and I love that notion. That we can kind of carry on the banner,
absolutely,
so to speak, of offering another paradigm in mental health and well-being. And that's what drives social change, without confrontation.
Absolutely.
Or people getting their backs up or upset with one another. But with connection and with understanding.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so to be a part of that in these current times, where the world is in a bit of a state of upheaval, and that, again, I feel it's apropos to be doing this retreat. And I believe you and Liz took me for a drive when I was there doing a retreat a couple of years ago. You took me for a drive in that area.
Well, we did. We didn't actually get to Dartington itself, but we certainly had a good trip around Tor Bay and really enjoyed that part of Devon. But you'll certainly get a good view of it this time, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So Elsie, before we finish this interview, what would you say about the participants who are going to come along at the retreat? What can they expect from that weekend?
I would suggest that there will be less content and more feeling.
Right, yeah.
A deep feeling that is an expression of all of our true natures, connecting. And in a way that, again, brings about insight to those that will be there, because whenever you get that deep feeling of your true nature, insight is an outcome of that deep feeling. And insight is what will drive social change and offer this new paradigm of mental health and well-being in every human endeavor.
Yes.
And for me, as long as I've been sharing these principles and learned at the knee of Sydney Banks, if I may say that, that was always his offering. Was it's not about the words, as you've heard in his tapes many times. It's beyond the word. And that's what I will do my best to offer to the participants that come to this, is a deep feeling of connection and insight. And together we will help the world in that way, in a very simple, down-to-earth, beautiful way.
Oh, that's so lovely to hear that. And I can speak from my own experience of being with you at a previous retreat, and just last September when I was with you in Los Angeles, when you came to Michael Neal's Supercoach, and there were 80 people in that room, and there was no doubt that they were all touched by that feeling.
Yes.
And it was a really wonderful memory.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Stu.